Alright, what's up everybody? I'm back and I wanted to show you the second resource I found for fire making. It's tulip poplar bark. And I'm going to show you how to make this really fibrous without much effort. Just find a tree with coarse bark and literally just start scraping it against the tree. It doesn't take a whole lot of effort. Move it around when you'll feel it you'll feel it when it needs to be moved, when it's not making contact anymore, and you just turn it around. You can see it turns it fibrous very quickly. It's a super easy way to break this stuff down. Just a little tip. Super fast. Okay, so we have poplar bark and we have cattail. Right in the shade, it figures. Poplar bark and cattail so far. So I'm going to try and find at least one more resource, but I'm thinking maybe even two. Fire making resources, that is. Okay, I'll talk to you again in a few. So it's 1:51. I walked about a mile and a half, maybe 2 miles, something like that. Probably closer to 2 miles. But anyway, here's another resource. Pine sap. This is a good one, as you guys know. I love the smell. Nice. Some more up here, but I'm not going to need it all. So that's 3 resources. There's one more that I want to show you. Well, actually, maybe 2 more. And they're both about 3/4 of a mile to a mile that away. So I shall return. And here's resource number 4 right here. River birch. Everybody knows the birch tree. Highly flammable bark. Has natural oils or resins or whatever in it that are highly flammable. That you can smell it when it burns. It smells like oil, like kerosene almost. Yeah, river birch, same family as paper birch, white birch. And I'm not going all the way down, so I'm not hurting the tree at all. If I was to do this all over, it would be one thing, but I'm not. And if you guys were wondering what I did with the sticky pine sap, I wrapped it in a couple oak leaves to keep it from getting all gooey all over me. All right, so I think that's 4 resources, and I'm getting ready to show you the 5th and last one for today in a minute here. We're actually coming up on it. It's right over there. I don't know if you can see it yet. The eastern red cedar, and I'm sure you can see the bark peeling off of it. So this is a great tinder as well. Can make great bird's nests with this stuff. Good stuff. Yep, eastern red cedar. Great tinder. In a big enough handful, it's one of the best tinders in the eastern forests. And I like it a lot. I'm going to gather up a little bit more, and then I'm going to demonstrate all this stuff for you, how it'll all ignite. Alright, so I'm going to attempt to ignite the tulip poplar bark first. You can see it's still attached. I'm just going to light the frizzy end. And I'm going to use my DIY bushcrafter, cheapo bushcrafter kit. You can see this thing's locked in there very well. Pull that out. There's the cheap Camillus knife. And the Coghlan's fire steel that I paid $1.50 for. So first we'll do this. So as you can see, Fire Resource 1 is a pass. Tulip poplar bark. And it's even slightly damp. Alright. Make sure you guys are still there. Alright. Number 2, I'm going to go with, well, I'll save that for last. Alright, for a second one, I'm going to go with the cedar bark. This is a little damp, so this might give me a little trouble. So there it is. Cedar bark ignited too. So cedar bark is a pass. Now, with that, I'm just gonna add something. I'm not gonna use this to actually start a fire. This is an extender. That's the pine sap. That's used as a fire extender. You can't really, it won't take a spark. You can light it with a flame, but it won't take a spark. But it'll definitely burn if you put fire to it. And this is another one. You can bring this to, you can, I'll try to start this. This is birch bark, river birch. So I'll try and light this with the ferro rod. You can do it with scraping it, but it's windy out here and it's going to be hard to get scrapings that I'm going to be able to keep in one place. Man, that pine is strong smelling. So I'm just gonna let that burn because I don't want to get it all over my shoes. And I'll do this on here. So this is the birch bark. I'm just gonna try to crumble it and get it to go that way. It's blowing all over the place already. This may not work. Well, I'm just going to show you this way for now. Birch bark, highly flammable as well. So that's another great fire starting resource. But on a windy day like today, it takes way too much preparation to get the stuff where it needs to be. I need to scrape it into small little shavings to get it to fire up, and it's just too windy for that out here right now. But I'm going to show you number 5 now. So that's birch bark, tulip poplar bark, eastern red cedar, pine sap, and last but not least, cattail, which you guys see me harvest earlier. Just making sure everything's still showing up there. All right, so cattail, here we go. Let me get this out of the way. And cattail is highly flammable and takes only a little tiny bit. And it's going to go up like gasoline. So check this out. Awesome. The problem with it is it burns out fast. So the way to use it is you want to have something else that you can put over it immediately to get flame, like a damp tinder bundle. That'll bring to life for sure. Little piece of unprocessed poplar bark. This is pretty wet. But with enough cattail, you might be able to get it to fire up. So as you can see, it's good that way. Help you get a flame where it would otherwise be hard to do. So yeah, we're rich with resources here in the eastern United States. Five fire starting. Sorry about that. I've just shown you 5 different natural fire starting resources within a 3-mile radius. So no problem starting a fire out here. Okay, thanks a lot for joining me, and I hope to see you again soon. This is Eastern U.S. Bushcraft and Survival. Thanks again.